Hello, ladies and gentlemen, it's Ukrainian show on POT TV. My name is Sasha Star, and our guest today is our man in Kyiv, Ivan Kucherenko. Welcome to the show, Ivan.
Hello, Sasha. Hello to everyone. Glad to be here today.
Thank you. And you have a clip to show us. Let's start.
Yeah, let's start with it.
Просто чорне небо.
Well, it's horrible what we see here. And remember that today is the first day of NATO summit in Turkey. And Trump went to Turkey to be there. So what do you think Trump is going to tell us, something that you haven't heard before?
I don't know what we can tell again, but the fact is that during the last attack in Kyiv, Ukrainian air defense shot down the majority of the Shahid drones, of kamikaze drones, the majority of cruise missiles. Russia launched more than 30 cruise missiles, but Ukrainian air defense shot down 0 ballistic and hypersonic missiles, around 30 missiles, and they've actually hit their targets. You've seen in the video what these targets were, the peaceful residential buildings, and the reason why Ukrainian air defense was not able to shoot any of those ballistic missiles is the absence of interceptor missiles for Patriot systems, PAC-3 missiles. Ukraine just have none of them, and these missiles are not supplied anymore by United States, by Ukrainian allies, and Russia understands that Ukraine has no possibility to intercept ballistic missiles, and they increase their terror because there were 2 major attacks on Kyiv during 1 week, with just several days of time between them. And during the first deadly attack on Kyiv, around 100 people were injured and more than 30 people dead. And the last attack on Kyiv killed 19 peaceful Ukrainians, amongst them children as well. I don't know what President Trump can say. He during his electional campaign he promised to stop this war in 24 hours. A lot more time passed. He tried to make deal with Putin. He tried to make Zelensky surrender Ukrainian territories and accept the Russian ultimatum. So I don't know what he can say anymore, but I hope that at the time of President Trump in power in the United States comes over, and that citizens of the United States will vote the next presidential elections with more responsibility and understanding the consequences of their votes.
Ivan, let me understand something. In a way, by being quiet and saying nothing, it's much more powerful message than when you're talking and saying something. Here, Trump, by withholding Patriot interceptors from Ukraine, he, without saying anything, he offers Putin another red carpet treatment. So, Mr. Putin, why don't you continue to bombardment of Ukrainian cities, killing their kids and civil population? I will not give him any interceptors from Patriots, and nobody else is able to do that except the US. So please, my friend, go in every day and every night and just keep going. Nothing will happen. Nothing will stay on your way. Yeah, Ivan, am I right to interpret the situation as such?
It looks so. Yeah, it's just a silence assistance to Putin to continue committing his war crimes, and in order to make Ukrainian people just to get tired of that war and go to Maidan, go to Zelensky and say, okay, let's stop this war. We accept all Russian conditions. We will give up our territories. Just stop it. But it doesn't work, actually. This war is going already for more than 4 years. It's 5th year of this war, and during the first days of Russian invasion, the situation was much more difficult, and Ukraine was not able to respond to Russia except of beating their forces directly on the battlefield, which obviously led that Russian forces were kicked off, first of all, away from Kiev, then from occupied parts of Kharkiv region, Sumy, Chernihiv, and Kherson region. But now, after the 4 years of this war, the situation is quite different, and Ukraine has something powerful to respond with over Russian attacks, and we see that every day Ukraine destroys Russian oil refineries. Yesterday, Ukraine hit the biggest Russian oil refinery in Omsk. It's 2,500 kilometers far away from Ural Mountains, the territory which Russia considered their most secure territories. They have no air defense there at all, because they're so persuaded about that territories are so far away that their distance is their secure guarantee of those territories. Actually, but Ukrainian drones made over it and critically damaged that oil refinery. And we see those videos every day, how Russians are staying in those huge lines, trying to get some gasoline for their cars, how they're attacking each other, how they're fighting each other in those lines. And this increases the internal pressure inside Russia. And obviously it will be the main reason why this war would be ended. And Ukrainians will just wait. We will, Russia bombs us, but we understand that we can respond. We understand that we can burn more and more Russian oil refineries, their strategic objects, and in the end, Russians will just kill each other, trying to get some gasoline for their cars, or some maybe food, which is another step after the gasoline crisis. Obviously, it will lead to food crisis in Russia, and it would be a good response for what Ukrainians suffered from Russian invasion during those 5 years.
Ivan, do you remember a couple of years ago or so, Russians started to use donkeys on the front lines. And
Yeah.
I think that very soon you will see donkeys on the streets of Moscow and Petersburg or so, because there's no gasoline. And donkeys, they don't need gasoline. They can move, not so fast, but still they can keep moving. And as much as the safest cities in Russia, I think the safest cities are Khabarovsk and Vladivostok and a few others, because they're on the border of China. And Chinese already prepared maps where they have Chinese names. Khabarovsk and Vladivostok, I don't remember the Chinese names, but they are, and written in Chinese and Chinese names and so on. So now China can say to Ukraine, please just stop destroying our beautiful cities. It's our cities, so just keep away from them. Do you think it's possible?
Yeah, I think everything is possible, and that when the moment will come, China will grab those territories, those Russian cities, with a pretty fast speed. Actually, it's just a point of near future.
Well, we will have our program a little bit short today because I have one appointment, and then don't forget today is soccer. The Argentina will play Egypt, and yesterday I enjoyed tremendously a match between United States and Belgium. And when the United States was winning first couple of matches, and everybody saying, what the greatest team. They're going to be world champions, and they're this and that. And I said, guys, just cool down. You haven't seen US against not even the strongest European teams, such as Spain or France or so. Just the middle power teams like Switzerland, like Belgium, for example. We will see what these teams, and actually even Turkey won again their match against US. What I'm trying to say is that US is not a soccer nation. It's not a football nation. They have their own football, and they hit a ball and run. And you see, this is basically a 4-year-old kid can understand American football, because there is no strategies, there is no techniques, there is nothing really. It's just you hit the ball and then you run. Now, soccer, to understand soccer, why in Europe people understand soccer? Because as a kids, including myself when I was a kid, we were playing soccer. And so we know what's involved in it, the technique and so on. And by the way, Ukrainian is becoming a very strong soccer power. Once the war hopefully will be over, the Ukrainians have very talented players, coaches, and overall culture. I mean, people in Ukraine, they all, when as a kids, they were playing soccer, so they understand it's right in their genes. And it will take in no time. And actually, even this championship, if Ukraine had more luck, they could qualify for the final stages. They lost to Sweden, I think, and. But they could qualify. Well, next year, next championship, I'm pretty sure they will qualify, hopefully. So the gods of soccer, with all this story about Trump calling Infantino, asking to cancel this red card violation and so on, the gods of soccer, they couldn't stand anymore. So they decided, it's not just that US is going to lose against Belgium. We're going to make it's complete collapse, complete disaster. So everybody will understand what really US soccer team is all about. And that happened yesterday, and I was very happy about that. Did you see the match?
No, I'm not in the football actually, but
No,
Yeah,
and it was very late by your time, of course. But,
yeah.
that was something else. I enjoyed myself tremendously seeing like 4-1 for Belgium, and US was really becoming like a boxing tool. And you know, when you punch something, and this is what US became. What a complete disaster. Ivan, so we are going to wait for the news from the Turkey about the NATO summit. There is supposedly will be meeting between Trump and Zelensky, and I think Zelensky will ask Trump, "So, Donald, what have you done for me lately, my friend?" Interesting. What Trump is doing there? Why did he go there? I have no idea, but we'll find out about it. Maybe Ivan, you will be able to make on Friday, because maybe we will have some news from Turkey. So we will discuss then. Well, in the meantime, I would like to thank everybody for listening to us, and Slava Ukraini, and looking forward to see you all on Friday.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you very much, everybody. Bye-bye.